We have been waiting for this moment, people.
I tell you.
Hey, what we tell them? It's gonna be the finale for the females.
Womaton.
Womaton, mercy, bro. Nah, lie now.
So,
The females what?
You know,
you'll understand when we're through.
We
The
understand.
females what?
So
Ramatan?
Womaton.
Womaton.
Yes.
We're gonna have an issue in this video with you guys and your accent, I swear.
Yeah,
Well,
but you know, that's what's gonna make this video interesting.
Interesting.
People, as you see, we're back with another banger. And we just want to take the time out, OTC Kings and Queens, to like, share, and
subscribe. Do the right thing.
Do the right thing. Indeed.
Indeed.
Yeah, man. So we're back with Womaton. You've been enjoying how much?
Well, it's actually 3.
About
and
three
this is
episodes.
the 3, yeah, the third one.
And this is the finale, guys.
That's a lot.
And I'm sure you've been learning a lot. We've been seeing the comments, and we know that you are learning from it.
Indeed.
So we have our finale. We have a guest with us
Today.
Yeah. Today and this evening.
Well,
no.
you see,
But
anytime you're seeing it, just know if you're watching it in the night,
I coulda jump
morning,
on it there,
anytime.
you
Yes.
Yes. So we have a guest with us today. And as you may have heard,
Yes.
she not sound too Jamaican.
Yeah.
You understand?
What you spoke a while ago.
So I mean, I don't sound any Jamaican at all whatsoever. Truly, won't till I die.
Alright, you see.
Alright, so you see Spice already.
I never
Alright,
to
catch
introduce
that like,
her.
catch that.
Catch it, I like, oh, father.
Yeah. So
Yes, ma'am.
we're gonna have a interactive session today, and we're gonna just freestyle it, talk about some stuff, you know, addressing women, you know, in relationships, different stuff like interracial stuff.
So it pretty much will encompass what we would have spoken about.
Yeah, we just have sum it up, you understand?
So that's where it is, you know. So you heard already, we have a guest from Trinidad.
Yeah.
You could just let them know.
No, hold on, man. You see, alright, viewers, yeah, man, you're gonna hear from we guests, you know, but before we hear from you guests, we just want you to sit back, relax, and we'll see you on the other side of this intro.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna run right into it. But just before, I just want our viewers to know who you are. So kindly introduce yourself to our viewers.
So okay, OTC Kings and Queens. My name is Jeanne, and I hail originally from Trinidad and Tobago. However, I reside in the United States of America. Florida, to be specific, and that's all you're gonna get in terms of location.
No, we can't. You understand?
not
We don't
really
want the
deep
creeps and the weirdos.
They
We are not
can't
calling
be any
you guys creeps and weirdos, you know. But you
can't
understand?
have
We have to
any creeps
protect.
and
We have to protect the lady. You
Yes,
understand? We can't really give off the exact geographical location.
Yeah.
But just she hails from Trinidad, as you can hear the accent.
Yeah, I
Born
love
and
Trinidad.
bred.
I love Trinidad.
Me love it, man.
I
I love
man.
it, man.
Hey.
Yeah, man, the bad man.
Hey,
I lie.
no, I don't lie.
Oh, you're blowing up my head now. You're blowing
But
up my head.
she's here, you know, to talk about some, well, I wouldn't want to say issues, but topics surrounding normal things that women face on a day-to-day basis, you know, stuff that you might want, you know, a different perspective on, because you're probably tired to see our old face, you know, so we have a woman here now, you know, to talk about these things and to show, say, I'm not like we are.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, understand? Because the man
That's
sit down and say, yo, the man, and they don't know nothing, but
yeah.
you know, 100% she real, cool, yeah, man, so it's 100% woman here to talk about this stuff. So, bro,
Yeah, man.
We're kicking it off.
Yeah, man, I hit the nail right on
Yeah,
the head,
man.
You know, so you're from Trinidad originally, right? And you're now in Florida.
Yes.
But you being in Trinidad, have you ever thought like, hey, suppose I meet somebody else outside of my culture? You know, what's your thought on having an intercultural relationship?
Okay, so that is a good point and good question. I have had relationships when I was back home. Obviously, well, I reside in the United States now, so the past relationships that I've had in Trinidad, none of them worked out, obviously. And when I migrated, the one thing I said, it may be funny, but the one thing I said is that I refuse to leave Trinidad and Tobago to come up to America and meet and get together with another Trini man. No. I literally was saying that for real. Because I was doing it all the time. I was in my home country trying to do the relationship with someone of the same culture,
And I
same
can't
background.
leave so far and then go back up to Trinidad.
And then it didn't work out. So why would I leave cross
miles
oceans?
and miles?
You understand? Come to America to pick up a next Trini that are going
ain't
through
gonna
the same
happen.
cycle. So I tried to do something different. And another thing I did too is that when I was in the dating stage of relationships, I was in Trinidad and I was dating who I like, not who like me.
Hey, we spoke about it earlier.
Come on now, man. Come on now.
When you
They
guys
hear that?
channel,
Hey,
I was
alright.
going on the channel,
That's
okay?
a real
You hear
OTC
that?
queen.
I
Alright.
literally was doing that and it didn't work out, obviously. So I wanted to try something different, and my difference was, let me try who like me, not who I like. You understand?
Mercy,
And well,
Preaching start already.
Bro, now I getting a spirit.
so that's where it took a turn in terms of me and my relationship. And it just so happens, I am in my late 30s, okay? Women don't ever tell their age.
Of course.
I'm in my late 30s, and my personality and character, I attract younger men. I've always attracted younger men, right? So I was, yes, and so because of that, the ones that were my age and older didn't like me. But then remember, I was going for those because that's who I liked.
Right.
So if it is I wanted to actually do what it is I said I was going to set out to do and try a relationship with who like me, I had to go through the process of dating and parlaying and courting the people who were coming to me, and they were all young. Trust me, I was even getting 17, 16, 19 years, swear. And then there was a point where I had to join the line because I'm not trying to have no stuff. In my book, statutory look is a crime.
Yeah.
So I wasn't doing that, and then I had to like make a sound, okay, so you have to be 24 years and older.
Yeah, so
and
you have to set the,
right.
Yes,
the
man.
standard.
And I started saying that when I was 22 because I migrated to the United States when I was 27 years old, right? So 24 years and older, and at that time I was 27, and it just so happens that now I'm in a forever relationship. I'm now married.
But
I'm now married.
Come on now. And she jumped to God.
So then, bro, you see the strategy now that women, what we're getting from is that women need to be open in terms of they can't be closed-minded when it comes on to dating or finding the right guy. Because most times, as we say, your friend zone the right guy. And then when you come back to the guy, it's too late. You understand? And you exactly you lose the opportunity to have a great guy, all because he doesn't check this box, or he's not 6 foot.
The criteria is not
100%. He's not this, he's not that, he doesn't drive a Mercedes Benz. You understand? So this guy, most of these things, as I said, what I talked about last week, 15% of the world's men are over 6 foot. 6 foot and over.
Okay.
So all the ladies clamoring for 6 foot. You're talking about 15%. Then it cuts in half when you want a man that's tall, successful, charming. Then it cuts in half again when you want a man who's successful, charming, tall, is in touch with his emotions, he can take care of everything. So you probably boil down to a 1% or almost non-existent. So the females walk around projecting this man onto the first tall guy that they see.
Okay.
Oh, and maybe if he doesn't have this, maybe I can change him.
Okay.
And as I said last week, you can't change a guy. A guy changes
Yes, he want to
if
change
he wants
himself.
it, and he
True.
changes for
For
the
you.
woman who he wants to change.
Or for himself.
You understand? Or for himself. So we have to get out of this mindset, oh, this is what I want, and nothing else is gonna come in between, and if I don't get this, then I'm gonna continue searching and searching and searching like Google. You understand? So she went out of her comfort zone.
I did.
And
I really
tada.
Yep.
did. I really did.
See? So we had talked last week.
I really did.
See, we had talked last week on the lane, I believe. See that?
Yeah, that's
You
a living
understand?
testimony in
Yeah.
front of you right now, and it just pushed me into the next thing I wanted to find out. So you are a Trinidadian, right? And
Residing in the United
in
States.
the United States, what's your husband? His race? He's a
Okay, so my husband, his name is Grayson, and he is
Yo, big
an
up Gracie, you
American.
understand? You
Best
don't
up
know.
yourself,
Best
Papa.
up yourself,
He
all
is
the
an
time.
American and he is Caucasian. By the way, hold up, Perks. We do have our own YouTube channel. It is called the Grey and Jay Family, but it's
Yes.
called the Grey and Jay Family, FAMALAY.
Mad.
Alright, so if you guys would like
Check
to
it
go
out,
and
you
check our
understand?
YouTube
Yeah, man.
I'll
channel,
mash up the subscribe.
it's all
Link in the
about
description.
it's all about our interracial relationship, how we met. We have challenges, pranks, vacations, and that range.
The whole
Straight
thing,
up.
you understand?
Yeah,
So
man.
Do the right
just
thing,
do the
you know.
right thing
Yeah.
and subscribe,
Please.
you understand?
Check
And
out our channel.
just type down there and say, yo, we were here
Leave
from
a comment.
OTC, you
Yeah.
Oh,
understand?
for real.
So yeah man, you have to bless up the
Yeah,
thing.
man.
I don't know
Yeah,
it's set
man.
already.
Yeah.
Did.
So I went way out of my comfort zone and actually dilly-daddled and dipped my foot
Doubled.
into different culture, different race, different religion. You know, I did literally a total 360, and that's why, because I tried dating someone who liked me, who not who I like. And mind you, I still had my list. It may sound trivial, but I was like, he had to know how to dance.
Yeah.
He had to like Latin dancing. He had to be sociable because I'm a loud person. And I interact with. He cannot be
Yeah, the life of the
super
party.
jealous.
Yeah.
I didn't want in my list. I couldn't handle alpha aggressive male because
You know?
I am an alpha
Alpha
female,
female.
and to
So,
me,
you know.
in my past relationships, those two
You realize
alphas,
that
it never worked. It was always an argument, and I'm proud to say, I have been in my relationship for 5 years. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I've been
both of
married
you.
for 2 years. My wedding anniversary just passed 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
October the 15th. And in our entire relationship, we have had, kid you not, 3 arguments. 3.
Out of the 5 years and
And
the
Out
2
of
years
the 5
married.
years, 3
Excellent.
arguments.
So-
The first one was my fault.
Wow.
I will
You
admit
see that?
it.
Take
The
note
first
in
one
women.
was my
She
fault.
admitted it, you know.
Admitted,
Take note in women. Alright.
So when he was upset, I take with a grain of salt, I hush my mouth and I take my buff. You understand? And the second two, obviously, in relationships, there always will be a difference of opinion, and some are stronger than the other.
Exactly.
And you just have to learn to sit, talk, communicate, and
Key.
then hash it out.
Yes.
And this is another thing I do. It's totally off related, but in my relationship, one thing I said, and it was also in my list in terms of when I got into my next relationship, if it is we are upset with each other or we have a disagreement, we would never go to bed upset with each other.
Good. Love
Makes
that.
sense.
That was
the way
also
to
on
go
my
about
list.
it.
Yeah.
I would never be angry and go to sleep with that. I would, if it is we had a discussion, a heavy argument, or a debate, I would still at the end of the day kiss you, love you up, and tell you good night.
Same so.
Love that.
And so yeah,
Yeah man.
I had a
So,
list.
should be.
Those things, yes, so what we're saying, women, you have to have a list.
yes, you should.
Right?
You
Because
should.
you're not going in the thing all half-assed or blindsided.
Because if you
No.
do
You
that,
understand?
you're going to be settling. Don't settle, ladies.
There we go. So we've been telling you, it's not a settling thing. You have your standard, you know.
That's right.
But you have to be realistic about it.
Yeah,
That's right.
You're not going to create a guy who is almost non-existent
Right.
and try to pin it on a guy when he doesn't fit the criteria.
That's right.
You're like, oh well, you're not for me and whatever, and you don't give the guy a chance.
Yes.
What she said as well is, you know, she won't tolerate certain things. You understand? And on that note, you know, check out our video, you know, red flags, do's and don'ts in a relationship.
Okay.
It's good to know that there are things that you tolerate and there are things that you won't.
Never will.
Right? But like I said last week, if he checks 9 out of your boxes and there's just one thing where like he can improve and it's not bad, work with him.
Yes.
9? You
Yes.
understand? They said last week, they're
No
too
one
greedy,
is
bro. Them
perfect.
want
They
them
want
everything.
every
10
single
out of 10 out of 10 out of 10.
No.
And that's why them get left with nothing.
That's
them
right.
want everything.
Women, you have to be realistic. No human being is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Every person has their flaws, and it's up to you to decide or choose if you are willing to accept those flaws. Because trust me, you are not perfect either, and this is coming from a woman's
Mercy, man.
perspective.
Yeah. You see, that's
We
why.
are not perfect
Jeez.
either. We have our flaws. And if it is we want the man to accept them and accept our flaws for who we are, we should reciprocate and do the same.
Hey, you preach. You
Yo,
know.
hey, me say, hey,
preach, you
sir,
know.
man, get bad now, you know.
You have been
Yeah,
preaching.
me say, man,
Hey.
I'm glad that we had a female to say all of
Yes.
this, because when we say it, you know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
you know, Dean and Jovan,
Mm-hmm.
them sound like them a make sense, but you see when she said
Yeah.
no.
Oh, for
Yeah.
real.
Because the thing is, it's a real thing we're telling you.
It is.
On this channel
It is.
to edify you, build you up. We're not here to give you some, you know,
Yeah, man.
advice
Not to
that
try
when
to
it,
make
when
your
it,
life
when
worse.
it, yeah, exactly,
It's to
your
make it
life will
better.
be
That's
better
right.
when you tune into this channel. When you
Definitely.
subscribe to this channel, you're getting great advice from great people.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah. And I see why you are such a happy, bubbly woman, because you are being satisfied by the man that you were not telling yourself that, hey, I like you, but he saw
That's
you.
right.
But guess what? Some women out there, they love multiple men for different reasons.
Okay.
Yes,
They
man.
don't find that man that they can go
They
to
get multiple
to be,
men to
yes, so they get
satisfy.
multiple men for
Right.
money to
them
supply.
money
They
here,
get a man to get hair
nails,
done.
Right.
you know,
Yeah,
groceries,
get a man
rent.
yeah, you know what I mean? So at any time of your life, were you ever that type of person who thought that, hey, I need to have multiple men to supply my different needs?
Okay, so as I said before, I've been watching your channel quite diligently, and you guys are
Bless
quite
you.
transparent. So I will be transparent
Yeah.
myself. I would not lie. I have considered that too.
Uh-huh.
I have considered that too. It has passed through my brain because I was like, I wasn't finding X, Y, and Z with Peter,
Right.
but Paul
But
had what
he
I
had
needed.
that. He had a little
and
something,
then,
something.
right? And then who else? Who after Peter and Paul? Saul, just for
Yeah,
name purposes
yeah,
because
yeah,
it rhymes. Saul now was the one who was showing how Peter and Paul should do it. So I was like, okay, well maybe I
Right.
should. I considered that,
Yeah.
but listen.
That's honesty, people.
I love
But
that.
listen, I am a simple person and I cannot lie. So if I had tried it, I already knew that I would be caught in my lie, and
Yeah.
trying to do all of that and balance, one would have been too much of work for me, and two, to keep up with one lie you have to tell another lie, and to keep up with that
Lies
second
after
lie you have
lies
to,
after
and
lies.
you would
end up
eventually
putting as
forget.
a wreck. Yeah, man.
Exactly.
You will eventually
And you
forget,
will.
and you will get caught.
Yeah,
and you
man.
see, and you know what? All due respect, there are women out there that choose that lifestyle, and if that's what you do, that's what you do.
Yeah.
You make your own choice. You make your bed. You lay in your bed.
Your bed.
However, for me, I can't do something like that.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I am a one-man type
One
of
burner.
gal.
One burner, as we
And-
say.
That's what we say
Yeah.
in Jamaica. One burner,
burner.
keep one partner.
You know,
Okay.
the one stove with the one
Okay.
burner.
One burner.
Mhm.
And if it is, I cannot get what I want from that one partner, I will do it myself. It is a blessing and a curse at the same time because
yeah.
I become so self-reliant on myself
yes.
that I stop expecting or stop depending on the man and then that's a whole nother issue. So you have to find a balance
Yeah.
in between it.
Important.
Not trying to say that I cannot do everything by myself. I
Right.
can.
Yeah.
I am a very independent woman. My parents has raised me to be as such.
Yeah.
However, to allow a man to be a man and to feel like a man, I have to dress back
True.
and
Yes.
True.
allow him to lead.
Yes.
So
What
that
facts?
you know.
And
And,
that's
and
and
so
one
not,
of
I
and
had
not
to find
cut
that
you.
line.
I saw on TikTok a lady was talking. She's like, I'm independent. I can do everything
Yeah.
that I need to do to get done for myself.
Right.
She's like, but why do it?
Right,
When you have this strong man who loves you,
right.
you know, you're fighting to get on the top shelf, and this guy can just take it
Yep.
out. But why do it?
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Why?
What's there to prove?
Exactly.
You know, we know as real men, we know that women are independent. We know they can do things for themselves, and that's why we love them for that. But we know that they feel better. A sensible woman will feel better to know that, oh, my guy has this. My
True.
guy has this covered. He's doing this without me even thinking about it. That's a
Right.
great
Yes.
relationship. You know?
Yeah, man, and you see that's the next thing that you brought out some very good pointers.
Man.
Because one,
I usually do.
yes, you do. I can tell her that. Hey, she speaks a lot of sense.
So you were saying that your husband is always right, or you? So he believes.
Yes.
So she
no,
makes him believe.
Yes, I would always tell my husband that he is right, or make him believe that he is right. But I still get my way.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah,
normally
yeah.
the case. But the
Listen,
thing is,
we
you know,
love smart women.
yeah, we love smart women.
I really
Yeah,
hope
yeah.
that he doesn't look at this video.
Yeah.
I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking. He knows me too well.
But, you know, big up to your grace, and you know, say you're really youth.
Yeah, man,
You know,
general,
and things
you
say
understand?
general for a long time. But that's the thing. When you find this great guy, it just makes life better.
Yeah,
True.
indeed.
Especially as a woman. You know, I'm not saying that being single, you can't enjoy your singleness or appreciate it,
Yeah,
right? Because you have to be single first.
that's
True.
right.
But when you find this guy who is all for you, when you take away the, oh, I want this brown curly hair man, and him for tall, and him for have this, when you take away all of that and you focus on who likes you,
True.
then everything starts to open up.
That's true.
Yeah.
So, bro,
Yeah, so that's the thing. When you focus on your husband, you know, zone into him, I always realize that for us as men, women most time when they say ring on our fingers or they hear that we are married,
Yeah,
they
man.
gravitate to us more.
Oh, man.
But
you post the status
Oh,
of your
man.
girl.
of your
Oh,
woman, yeah.
dirty dog,
Man.
we didn't know. Or that now stop me, I still love you.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
go hold you tonight and later and something. So
All of that.
have you ever had, you know, ex send things
Yes,
to your yard and, you know,
Just pop up.
borderline
all
stalk
of a
you
sudden.
and oh, have you been honey? You know, I miss you. You know, what kind of experience have you had with these?
So,
Yeah.
first of all, I would like to know, as two Jamaican men, do you guys have a camera in my house or something like that? Are you guys,
Hey, that's
are
weird.
you guys, do you have like a surveillance camera
Hey,
minding
you know,
my
Or
business?
man,
Work for the CIA,
or
yeah.
eyes see
Work
everything.
for the CIA.
Even when they
But
can't see.
you understand what I say? You know, you have to be in the streets.
Yeah, man.
And you know,
In
but
the streets.
My
on
goodness.
a
But
big
yeah,
man level.
you know, have you had that
Have you had
struggle
that struggle?
with your ex trying to come back in your life?
Well, I don't know. I don't even know if people on my own channel know this. And as I know you guys are transparent, I am going to be also transparent.
That we
This relationship
That's
that
real.
I have with my husband is not my first marriage. This is my second marriage. Yes.
Oh.
Yes, it is my second marriage. But for my husband, I'm his first. So I'm married twice, and he is first time married.
Yeah.
And when my first marriage was an African American male. So I
So yes,
dated.
oh.
I dated within my race.
She tried.
I did
She
try.
tried.
Yeah.
And the
He
man,
was-
the man.
He
He was an American, but just an African American. And as you can hear, as in this is my second marriage, obviously the first one did not work out.
right.
You understand? And for reasons that I would rather not go into. However,
no need, not too fast, man.
Right?
We don't want to leave it up.
You know
all
what
that.
a woman might
However-
try to wait for it.
Hey.
However, you guys know some I don't know why they choose to do it. They will be in a bad situation. They would have I don't know, issues with their current relationship. And for some reason, all of a sudden they're reminiscing in the past.
Yes.
And they turn around and they miss you and they reach out to you. And if it is they are unhappy in their relationship, they assume because of the good old times that you are also in a bad situation or a bad place in
man,
your
I
own
understand.
relationship.
That's what
Mind
I
you,
do
by
to
the
them
way,
things.
I am happily married.
Wonderful.
But
Indeed.
they would still try to choke, put
Yes, man.
themselves in and choke a button to see if it is they will get you.
Yeah, man, they're pushing the old time combination.
Right?
You know?
To
They're
see-
testing to see if the password is still
Yeah, man,
valid.
it's
Yeah,
it.
Yeah. That's true. No,
Sorry,
no,
yes,
no.
man.
You get the
Denied. Access
I would
denied.
this is one thing that I have said because I grew from my past marriage into my new marriage, and if it is I talking to somebody, it could be an ex, it could be a friend, whatever, it could be a male, just a male sex.
Right.
Yeah.
If it is I'm uncomfortable in the conversation and it's not something I could go back and tell my husband,
Yeah.
Then I shouldn't
it
do it.
shouldn't be
That's
having that
right.
conversation.
then I shouldn't do
It's
it.
true.
Yeah.
Right.
Then I
Boy,
shouldn't do it.
Hold on now. It seems like she have a camera.
We're done.
We're
done.
We're wrapping up here, yeah, but we have pop-up shop.
Then I should
But
do it.
I swear, we spoke about this. It wasn't. I don't think it was a lot. Was it? Yes, it was the last one. Yo, we talk about boundaries with exes,
Yes,
man.
yes,
you
yes,
can't
yes.
have a youth. No, know where the line there.
Yeah, man.
You understand? I'm gonna say, oh, well, you know, say, boy, they always have pretty lips. Nobody even see. You see that lane there?
Yeah.
Just leave
Yeah.
that lane there alone. Nobody even go down the lane.
I
You
swear.
understand?
So my ex-husband reached out to me not about last month, and I was at work in the night. I work in the night, so it was literally minutes to 1 in the morning, and the text message was, "How are you doing, my ex-beautiful wife?" Just so,
No, that
no
man
rhyme,
you
no
know,
rhyme, reason, nothing.
nothing.
Just so.
No, sir.
I thought I was being punked. I thought somebody stole his phone, or it was his girlfriend doing something messy.
Yeah,
Prank
check,
or
try something.
And I'm
Yeah,
like, I can't deal with this while I'm at work. And I'm like, what going on with you? Everything all right? That is so way
Yeah,
out of the
what
out
is
of the
that?
way. I'm
Yeah.
mad. What going on? And then he was like, yeah, I'm just happy. I just wanted to find out how you're doing. And then he even went as far as to say, do you still do that Latin dancing that you do? What?
Miney, are you watching this?
What?
Stop it.
Yeah,
Get
man.
some help.
Yeah,
What?
man. You need some
You
psychology.
What? Listen,
Yeah, man.
I called him right away because I thought I was being like, I thought his stuff was hacked, and he literally answered the phone. I'm like, what the hell? Where did that come out from? And he's like, oh, I'm just in a happy mood. I was like, oh, really? You're in a happy mood? What happened to your girlfriend?
Yeah. Talk to her.
You see?
Yeah. Why can't you call your girlfriend?
Hey.
And his reason, because she's sleeping. What? And my thing is, yeah. Listen, I cut that short. I cut that short, and I was like, listen, I'm at work right now. I just called you back to make sure everything alright with you because it was kind of strange. But I'm just making sure that you're good, and now that I know that you're good because you
Yeah,
said you're
goodbye.
happy, take care.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I told my husband.
Simple.
The next day, I'll be like, bro, you won't believe who messaged me. Watch this, and I show him the screen.
Yeah.
I hide nothing from my husband because
Thank
the
you very much.
last thing I would want is I put him on my phone, be like, babe, look at this, I just
And
found
he
this.
sees that.
And
He just,
happened to
he
come
just
across
as
that.
Jamaican say, you buck up in her.
buck
You
up.
understand?
And
You
it's not
buck
even
up
to
in
say
her
that
that.
you're trying to mind the business now, just because I'm so transparent and I have nothing to hide.
That's
Simple.
right.
I'm like, what if and he had come and look at my phone and see
Yeah,
something
then
like
how
that?
would that look on
You understand
your
what I'm
part?
saying?
You understand?
Exactly. No. We are there is no reason why I
Something's
should
there
create
where-
doubt
Where
in my
there should be.
relationship.
Exactly.
So just this goes back to what I say. If there is something that's going on in your life or something that you're doing that you cannot tell your significant other, then don't do it.
Don't do it.
And if it doesn't happen, if it is you don't want to share it with if it is you don't want to share it with your significant other or your partner, it's wrong.
You're wrong.
Straight up.
It's wrong.
Straight up. I love the transparency
Yeah,
that you
man, I
have.
love
Yeah.
it, man.
I love that.
And that is why I am a happily married.
So tell them. So it's not about the absence of problems,
No.
or
Exactly.
the absence of hardship, or
Right.
the absence of
No.
things beyond your control. It's the fact that you're communicating,
That's right.
you're transparent,
That's
Yeah.
right.
and you just have a pure heart towards your partner.
And
you
the
love
other
them.
person
Yeah.
has
And
to
the
be
person
the same
has
way.
to be reciprocating.
Has
Yeah.
to
You
be the same
understand?
way.
So that now with God in the center,
All the
I
time.
tell you,
Mm.
you're going to have what let me say? The
Yeah,
old
man.
people them say,
You're
"Cat
gonna
a
have a
one
cat a
plus
one
style."
plus. You take it out of the mouth, bro.
In Jamaica, cat a one plus means you enjoy yourself so much
Uh-huh.
to a point.
to a point where you feel like you're a boss.
It's
Okay.
such a wonderful.
Yeah, so you
beautiful-
can't even explain.
Okay.
Words can't even.
That's why they make
Okay.
it up there.
Cat a one plus.
Okay.
You know?
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
a tongue
something
twister.
for you guys to learn. You can use cat a one plus. You
Yes,
understand?
yes,
Cat a
for
one plus.
overseas
Yeah,
viewers.
cat a
Okay.
one plus. But
Alright.
trust me, that's what it's all about. So,
Mhm.
your final thoughts.
Yeah.
So, people are single
Right.
and they want to find somebody,
Mhm.
but they're having problems. They're running up in the wrong guys. You
Okay.
know, guys abusing them, mistreating
Okay.
them, taking advantage of
Okay.
them. How should they approach going forward? You know, with all this negativity that they've experienced.
Why they
Why they
want to
should-
still stay single?
No, why they want to be with
While
somebody.
they aspire.
But how
marriage.
can they go past, you know, all the blockage that they've received before
Okay.
to find somebody that's right for them?
Okay, gotcha. All right. So to answer your question, and these are for all the single ladies out there, and as I would say,
Like, same time from the middle.
Yeah,
this
you know.
is only my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You may not agree with it, and that is fine because to each his own. But I'm just going to give you guys my take.
And if you don't, leave it in the comment. Right?
Yeah, if it is you have a
Yeah.
different, and even if it is you have a different suggestion, also leave it in the comments,
Yeah, man.
right? So my suggestion is, and it's very simple. As a single woman, you have to love yourself. You have to love yourself because
Self-love.
if you're coming off from a bad relationship or a wrong relationship and it bruised you in a certain type of way, obviously you would self-doubt yourself. You are your own worst critic. So then you would say, well, maybe this relationship didn't work out because I did this.
Yeah.
Or maybe this relationship didn't work out because I should have been that.
Yeah.
And you have to understand that here what? God has someone for everyone. When I tell you, I would see some people and I'll be like, holy hell, they
Get
find-
together.
how are they in a relationship? Why? Because there is always somebody out there for the
For
other
someone.
person.
As
So there's
Jamaicans
always
say, every who of them tick a bush.
Aye.
what?
Every war.
Okay, so I'm so sorry.
A little bit of our
Let's see,
culture.
girl. You understand? This
This
is
is a little
perfect. So every who of them tick a bush. That's really deep patois. So the Kingstonian patois would be every who of them stick a bush.
Okay.
Interpretation, English first, every hoe has its stick in the bush.
Okay.
Meaning,
All right.
there's somebody for somebody.
That's right.
exactly what you're saying. So it no matter who you be, if you consider yourself the ugliest person in the world,
Right.
the most depressed
have an ugly
person, in the world,
person
you
out
have
there
an
for you
ugly
too.
person out there for you.
I can be a
And you
pretty
can just
person
fall in mutual ugliness and
Yes.
call it love. You understand?
Yeah, man, monkey family.
But really, we're not this nobody. We just a try to say. Don't
Okay,
take us
I-
serious.
Right.
Yes,
But
I make
take
the
us
point.
serious.
Well, they
Okay.
don't take us serious. That's
Yeah.
what
Take
you
us
know.
serious.
That's how we speak. Right.
So my thing is, first of all, love yourself, and you have to find yourself because anybody who has a bad relationship or come off a relationship, you will be hurt.
Yes.
And the last thing you want to do is to take that hurt from your past relationship into your new relationship.
sir.
Because if you do that, guess what? The relationship that you go into, it is not going to work either.
No, that's it.
It's not going to work either.
That's right.
So you have to love yourself first, know that you are enough, and then
So self-acceptance.
and at the
Yes.
same time, I am a happily married woman. However, if it is I had to choose between being married and single, on the financial aspect, I want to be single because I felt as though when I was single, I had more money. But now that I'm married, I can't see my dollars.
Hey, it's like
All my money disappeared.
Hey,
The same discussion
you see the money in the account.
It's a fact.
Bro,
Yeah, man. You see the money in the account.
Yo.
And before it leave the account, it's
listen,
done.
it
God,
disappeared like
Yeah, man.
smoke.
Or
But
hit the account.
but-
Don't deal.
outside of the financial aspect, me being single and alone and to myself, and I could have all the money in the world, I was so lonely. I had so much love to give and no one to receive it, and I wanted one person to receive it. I wanted to share this love that I had for Tom, Dick and Harry. I wanted one person to have that love that I could give and express freely without fear, judgment, or
You're being reluctant to give it
you
out.
understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
I think you guys know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Right? So that is why on the financial aspect I wish I was single. However, on the emotional
everything else.
connection and memories
Yes.
and love and building a future,
Yes.
I love my husband.
Yeah.
Aye.
Right?
Aye.
Right?
It's a true banana ring for put
So ladies,
So hold on.
yeah.
Look into the camera and talk to the ladies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, give them a deep sincere
So ladies,
connection.
love yourself. Simple as that. And once you love yourself, you're gonna have a self-standard for yourself, and then in your next relationship, bullshit wouldn't fly. Right? And everything that you want for yourself in your future relationship, don't take your past baggage into it because it's never going to work out. Literally start your new relationship with a clean slate. Mind you, there is nothing wrong with being single. Nothing
know.
at all wrong with being single. But if it is you think that single life is not for you, and you would like to, as you know, from the same thing you said when you went to church, and there's a lot of women that still want to be married, one, you need to have a list. As it shouldn't be, obviously, as we were saying before, a list that is unreachable. You have to have an attainable list.
That's right.
Right? Where you can achieve, here what I can have this list that I want in a partnership for 2 years, and then from there progress. So a list, love yourself, don't take old baggage into new relationship because it's never gonna work. And listen, and after that, just enjoy the relationship. Don't self-analyze, don't self-sabotage.
Mercy.
We
You take the
women-
word out of them.
We women have a way how we self-sabotage things.
Overthinking
Right?
starts.
Yeah, don't. Please don't. Just think about it like this. Like my cousin say, YOLO. I mean, we use it sometimes. You only have one life to live. Live it to the fullest because tomorrow is never promised. You want to do something, you think that this is your relationship, do it with that person because you never know if you will ever get to do it in the future with anybody else. And guess what? If it is you want to do it with that one person, everything else you would want to do with that person forever. Yeah, and give yourself a 2 year deadline. That's what I used to do. A 2 year deadline. If it is in 2 years, you're in a relationship and you still don't see any progress and you don't see a future, drop it.
Oh, man. Hey, listen.
Drop it.
She
You're
know
wasting
you
time.
know.
You're
She
wasting
know you know.
time.
Cause I see.
You're wasting time. If it is 2 years, you don't see a marriage, you don't see a future, there's too many problems, too many arguments, and you're just not happy,
Let it go.
drop it. Because you don't want to waste no more time. That's my advice.
You know,
Bro.
I think this was the best finale we could have ever
Man,
asked for.
no, listen.
You know,
I swear, everything was
on point.
Was it?
Mhm.
And mind
Really?
you, Kings and Queen, it was unscripted.
Yes.
Unscripted.
Yes.
And that's the
Unscripted.
best way to have
Yeah.
it, innit? So, listen, you've listened, and you've heard all the gems drop. Listen, them have a saying in Jamaica, Lord God, Jamaica go kill me.
What?
You can't throw, what you say? You can't throw a diamond to a hog. Don't be a hog.
You cannot throw diamond to hog. Okay.
So please pick up the gems them will drop on the ground.
There it is.
Una no hug, una no peak. You understand?
Yeah.
Take them up, apply them to una I'm not telling you, we're not gonna be better for it. We're not gonna be worse off.
Yeah, man.
Because trust me, you guys heard it from us last week,
True.
but you don't hear it
From a woman,
this
actual, and please listen, as we normally say, you can't teach phone dog new tricks.
True.
So don't try to go back
Don't
to
go back
something
there.
that's failing, something
Yeah.
that doesn't have any life there, that
and
can
call back your
nourish you.
ex and I say, oh,
No.
let me see if him change.
Mhm.
No, that's not for you to decide.
None at all.
Yep.
In all, just remember, you know, that we all go through different things. We are speaking here from our perspective as a man
Yep.
or as men, and you spoke
And
from a
Yep.
woman's
Even that point that you
perspective.
just made, I did that too.
Mm.
It didn't work.
Ah,
He is also an ex and will always remain the ex.
boy.
It didn't work.
Listen to it.
I'm
We
not
have
old
so much to
dad,
talk about.
I'm an old dog, you know.
Is
I've
it?
been through the bringer. I ain't trying to say, I ain't trying to mention and let you guys know my body count. However,
And as
I
as
have
you
been
mentioned
around
body
the
count, we
ringer.
have
Remember,
a
we have
video
a
as well.
video body
Talk
count.
about
Go
what's your
check
body
it out.
count. Go check it out. You understand?
But you know, I wish really had a lot of time.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I
enjoyed
had
it.
so,
I
I had so
trust
much
me.
fun.
I
It was
did.
good. You
It
know,
was
I
really good.
must tell that I want to come to Trinidad one of these days.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
we're gonna
we need
visit
to do
there.
that.
You know.
okay.
So we're gonna set that up in the.
Well,
And then
we
we
had to
can
set it up when I
shoot
go back
in a
too,
Trinidad.
because I mean,
We
remember,
can
that's no
shoot
longer
in
my
You
home.
are
Trinidad.
not. That's right. You're not at Trinidad now because
No.
you're now in the US.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Florida.
so it's a trip we have to plan.
Together.
Yeah.
Then let me run it by my husband first.
Yes.
This time he has to be here,
Hey,
yeah.
hey,
He has to be
Let
here.
me
He
run
has to be
by
there.
my husband first.
Listen to me.
Become
Hey,
one. But yes, guys, you know, we really thank you for coming out this week again. You know, it might be the end of another video, but it's not the end of our channel.
Alright, so what you there, but we want her to do it.
She are gonna do it with. So, guys, as mentioned, you know, this is always a place where you come to learn and get a lot of gems. So, remember to tune in next week,
Same time.
same place.
On the couch.
We out.
Why did you didn't say we out too? I wanted to be
Oh,
like
you
we out.
No, I didn't.
We know that you want us